This is our full rack of 3D printers. And you can see this is our more side of what most people know is their consumer grade 3D printer. They're called FDM, which is just uses like the PLA plastic filament. And you can see here, for example, someone is printing out something which I have no idea what it is, but it's an exciting project, I'm sure. So controlling and learning robots is something that can be started very small and can go up to something very, very complicated. They're all basically working on, a small single board computer or a small microcontroller or even a small like mini computer. And in general, most people start learning in Linux and start running the programs using Python and a variety of ways of programming these. But learning how to do this is no longer that challenging. There are so many tools and abilities to be able to learn basic programming, basic skills, and then build something for fairly cheaply. Like I said, this one is about $300 to get into building that. And this robot, for example, we built as a team with Mech Labs. This is Ricci. It is a open source project from France that our team was the first team to be able to build this outside of the developers, and they did it in 12 weeks, and total build cost for this robot was probably about $6,000. And the nice thing about Mech Labs is the program, they came in, learned this as a team. No one else had ever done this before, and so we all learned together by building this project. Some people were very beginners at it, other people had a lot of experience, but as a team we were able to solve, develop, and grow this robotics platform so that actually a lot of people could start using it and start learning robotics on it. So this is our biolab. This is actually a growth from one of our startups. They were needing lab services. They were in an expensive lab, and so we basically were able to build this lab because someone needed it. This is part of our business model is we want to say yes to the crazy ideas that startups have. And so we got into from electronics and hardware all the way into life sciences. So now people are able to come in and be able to actually rent a workbench and be able to do research and laboratory services all here on site. Everything from a biosafety cabinet to the -80 fridge and the basics that you need for a BSL-1 lab to be able to do research and grow your business even if you're just one researcher. This is our TARDIS. We actually designed and built this as a phone booth for our members to be able to take calls in our little spot. And yes, it's bigger on the inside.
Hey everyone, this is Juwan with the Misguided podcast, where we intend to guide you to a better future. I'm sitting here with Dan O'Mara of Circuit Launch, co-founder. How are you doing today?
Doing well, doing well.
Good, good. Yeah, it's it stopped raining. It's been raining for what, like 2 weeks straight in California?
Feels longer than that.
Yeah, how's your place? Is it any flooding?
No flooding. We're very lucky. We can knock on wood that it continues that way.
And glass, right? Yeah. That's good. That's good. My place has been okay. We're at the top of a hill, but I have a rental property that almost got pretty flooded badly, and it's scary. I tried to get flood insurance in California, and they banned it.
Yep.
They completely banned it, and my insurance agent called today and was just like, "So when are you guys gonna open it?" And they're like, "We don't have an ETA."
Yeah.
It's like, it's getting bad.
Yeah, it's definitely a scary thing out there. So I hope everyone's safe and happy and healthy right now.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy day. We've already gone ahead and did the tour here. Circuit Launch is beautiful. Do you mind giving a little background about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Circuit Launch we built this as a community of robotics and electronics hardware enthusiasts, anyone who wants to be able to build a business around products that have any type of electronic component or robotic application. We found this as a spot because we knew separately, we knew the landlord, the person who actually owns the building, and we thought that this would be an incredible space for this type of community. So we created a partnership with him. So he is one of our partners as well as the building owner. And so that's really been the crucial success for us, is to say, well, with space being so up and down in the Bay Area, that we have a way to be able to connect with the building owner and be able to create that relationship that allows us to build a community that's not just going to get evicted when it's large enough to be able to actually be successful.
Yeah.
And so that helped us kind of start. And the premise is that companies like us need, or companies that are in our community, they need space, and they need to have flexibility to go from a desk to an office, be able to put a soldering iron on their desk, something like you can't do at WeWork, right? You can't do that at a co-working space. And so we actually did fairly well through the pandemic because people need space and they need to be able to do work and to build things. And that's really the premise. So we try to say yes to as many crazy startup ideas as we can and help people in any way we can. And that's really the premise of Circuit Launch.
When did Circuit Launch start? What year?
Got off the top of my head, I think it was 2017. We're going in our 6th year.
How long did construction take?
About a year before we were able to open.
Was that a scary moment for you, coming into a blank space that was like half constructed, right? And how long did you say it sat vacant for?
Well, it was vacant for about 10 years before that.
So just empty space coming in. Did you just come in with ideas and were very excited about it? Or was there like an anxiety feeling because it's like, I have to build this thing from scratch, essentially?
Well, that's actually kind of what we were able to build this space for, a very, very like pennies on what normal, like the normal space like this would take about $2.5 million to be able to build.
Yeah.
And we did that, with probably about $250,000 to start.
Yeah.
And be able
because
to
of the partnership.
Because of that. And partly because we were able to get our hands dirty. We learned how to do everything from laying down the carpet. We even built and designed our own office that's able to we basically manufactured the aluminum extrusions, bought the glass, put it up ourselves. So my hands have been in every nook and cranny of this entire place. And that's really what made us successful, was that we were able to say, hey, well, we can't just hire everybody to do this. We're going to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Much like a lot of our businesses that are here, they're like, look, I'm going to build this myself. I may not have the perfect team. I may not have that solution yet, but I can figure it out. And that's really kind of the synthesis of the idea of why we're here, is to be able to help people build companies.
Yeah. So how many membership models do you have, and how much are they?
So we've got several different ways of coming into Circuit Launch. We have the Inventor program, which is about $125, and that includes hot desk membership for basically about 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's about $125 a month, and that includes all the facilities, including even most of the training on a lot of the tools and equipment. We really don't like to nickel and dime people, so it's an all-inclusive membership. The next step up is our entrepreneur membership. I believe that's $195 a month, and that is a membership where you have 24/7 access to our entire space, hot desk, be able to use conference rooms, all of our tools and equipment, our shared labs, everything is included. The next level up, we have dedicated desk memberships, and those are $325 a month. And that actually, you have a actual desk along with a partition there, and you can be able to store things on and under your desk. And then from there, we've got office memberships all the way starting from about $750 a month all the way up to large offices for large teams.
Tell me about the $750 membership.
So that's actually our office membership. That's the start. The idea is that we're a flexible space. People often come in, they start with a desk, and then they get a small office where they can have a little bit more privacy and a lock on their door, being able to do that, all the way up to larger offices. So this basically, you have the same amount of access and everything else as any of our other memberships, but you have your own private spaces with an office.
So tell me about who can sign up here at Circuit Launch.
So we accept people, anybody who's really involved in or even peripherally with the robotics and electronics community. So any type of, there's often AI projects or even certain crypto projects, but we ask people to be involved in some level of hardware and robotics. And if you're not involved in that and you still want to be able to work with us, we have a lot of events and great meets and everything else to be able to get involved in our community, even if you're not necessarily a member.